Welcome, Battletech enthusiasts. We're now going to discuss the Hunter class. So what exactly is a Hunter? A Hunter is a mech that is designed to hunt down and fix problems on the map. Now, in order to do that, it needs to be fast. It doesn't necessarily have to have a lot of armor, but it does need to have a significant amount of weaponry and a mix of ranges. You are most likely going to be going after a smaller, faster unit. For example, like a light mech that is going after some critical objective and you need to intercept it. If you want to make sure you stop that light mech, you don't send another light mech, although you could. You go send a hunter to fix the problem. Now, not all hunters are even mechs. For example, the Savannah Master, although it can function as a scout, also makes a great hunter only because it's so cheap in battle value, or if some fool plays tonnage, then it's only 5 tons. Just pick Gabriels and do whatnot. Because it means you can buy a large number of them. If you buy a pack of miniatures, you get 4 of them in a pack, at least in the old blue card blister packs. And you take a pack, maybe even 4 or 6, and you send them after something. And the reason that's very effective is because, let's say you have 6 Savannah Masters going after some large mech. Well, that first turn, you've got 6 medium lasers. Assuming that large mech destroys 1 Savannah Master a turn every turn, well, that second turn, you've got 5 medium lasers. The third turn, 4 medium lasers. That's an incredible amount of damage. And in reality, even if you just only have like 3 or 4 Savannah Masters, there's no reason not to put 4 down if you're going to play them. You're always going to get some of them in the backside of the target mech. I mean, you come at it from all directions, and it can only face one way. So you're going to get some good shots in, possibly some rear arc shots. And because the Savannah Master can move so fast, they're also hard to hit. Even if the target is large, it may not actually be able to take down 1 Savannah Master a turn every turn. The same pack hunter effect works when you use locusts, like mass locusts, or even if you just try like mass stingers or mass wasps or something, although the stinger is not so good because it doesn't have, even though it's similar to the locust in that it has a medium laser and 2 machine guns, it just doesn't have that much armor compared to the locust. So the locust makes a better pack hunter, but it is also slightly more battle value. But if you're going to send locusts after something, send a pack of locusts. So that way, instead of using it as a scout, you can actually use it as an active combatant and aggressively go after a large mech. Because some of these locusts will hit it from the sides, hit it from the back, will start kicking. Maybe you'll take out a leg. Who knows? If you get 3 kicks in, you start getting lots of kicks in, back shots, whatnot. Also, one has to note that even if you have a fairly powerful target, like a Marauder, it can't actually take down a Locust every turn. A Marauder only has so much firepower and so much heat, and it's not going to hit with everything. And a Locust can take a PPC to the center torso and keep going without taking any internals. So you may not necessarily lose Locusts when you send them out in a pack. Now the Jenner is it's a very costly mech, so you do not want to, for example, waste it on a scouting function because it's like 900-ish battle value. It's as expensive as some of the larger mechs because it's got jump jets, fast move, and it's got a lot of weaponry. So that makes it ideal as a hunter or as a bodyguard. But as a hunter, you could send a Jenner out after a Locust or something, and you would take advantage of regions where the terrain is bumpy and the Locust has to use its move to go through up and down locations, and you can just kind of jump over the mountain. Now, the Cicada is a Locust on steroids. Now, however, it is more expensive in battle value, and quite a bit more so in that it's, although it makes a great hunter, I personally would prefer a pack of Locusts to fewer hunters that are made of cicadas, but that's just my personal style. So Cicada is like the spitting image of a hunter that would target light, small, fast units like locusts or wasps or stingers, and that were out doing something untoward to your tactical objectives. Now, the Phoenix Hawk, in the lore, it's considered like a heavyish scout, but or like a medium scout, whatever you want to call it. But in reality, it's I consider it more of a hunter. It's got speed and maneuverability, jump jets, and it's got a large laser. It can do some significant damage and significant range. And one of the features that you want in a hunter is that you do desire some range. Not all hunters will have that, because if you have a pack hunter, then you don't need range. I'll just get up to it. But if it's like a single solo mech or vehicle, it needs to have reach, because sometimes your targets are too fast. Another hunter is the Griffin. The Griffin has a nice long-range weapons. It's got the PPC and the LRM-10, and so it can do some significant damage and has significant range. So it doesn't quite have enough bite to be like a long-range support mech, but it can function well as like a guard mech or a hunter. So it's got speed and maneuverability with its jumping capabilities, and at the same time, it's got long-range weapons that have significant bite. The Wolverine is similar. It makes a great bodyguard, or it can also be a hunter, similar to the way the Griffin functions. And also the Shadowhawk, too, can also serve in these ways. Another good hunter, because of its jump capabilities, is the Assassin. So this is great for hunting down small, annoying things, and its jump jets enable it to, again, possibly compensate for any speed disadvantage against targets that it might have. The Dragon is yet another multi-role mech. This can sort of function as a brawler in some cases, but in this case, you can use it as a hunter. This is because it's heavy, and it's got speed, and it's got long-range weapons. So it's an ideal mech. Maybe you pair it with a Jenner that's a 2k battle value, the combination almost exactly, and with that you can go just rampage, and that way you also have some additional firepower with that Jenner. Now, moving on to even heavier mechs, we've got the Grasshopper. This I consider a hunter. Now, as you go to heavier and heavier mechs, you are hunting larger targets. So like a heavy mech that was a hunter would target medium mechs. A medium hunter might target light mechs, and assault hunters might target heavy mechs. So the Grasshopper, just because it has incredible maneuverability with its jump jets, and it also has that LRM-5 in its head, which, although it doesn't do that much, can still be useful for maybe hunting down some pesky warrior helicopter if you can manage to get it in range and catch it, or possibly just pester some long-range scout that you can't quite catch. And now finally, the Zeus. This is an assault hunter. It's a hunter because compared to the Atlas, it's got far less armor, but it's got a high speed for an assault mech, and it's got a fairly high amount of firepower. This puts it into the hunter category, although it also functions well as a bodyguard for something much bigger like an Atlas or possibly an Awesome or something else that's at least bigger in terms of battle value. Oh, and if you play House Steiner like I do, the Zeus is considered a light training mech. So if you have various opinions or comments on hunters, or think that certain things should be added or removed from this list, or you disagree with the theoretical concept of a hunter or something, please leave some comments so we can all increase our Battletech theory.